Hello everyone, I'm Cheryl Mahoney and I blog at Tales of the Marvelous, that's marveloustales.com. I have not been blogging a lot recently because I had a baby in March, so that was a little bit distracting, but I am hoping to get back into things soon. So appropriately enough, I guess, to come back with, I thought I'd talk about what one of my prevailing preoccupations in books has been, picture books, as you might find to make sense. So we've read a lot of books to the baby. I started very early. He's just now getting to the point where he's like paying attention a little bit to the pages. So to be honest, I can't really tell you all that much about what books he likes, but I know what books I've been enjoying. And my current personal favorite is The Little Blue Truck. I think this one was after my time when I was a kid, because I certainly don't remember it from then. And we happened upon it now, and I really enjoy it. I legit got very excited when I found out it was a series, like the way you usually get about books that, you read, at least I do about books I read, finding out there's a series. That's how I was feeling about The Little Blue Truck. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I think of the series, and maybe you or a child in your life would enjoy them. So the first book is The Little Blue Truck, and the plot is fairly compelling with a good message to it. We have the little blue truck heading down the road, and he says beep a lot, which is part of what I enjoy about the series, because I beep my baby's nose every time the horn goes beep, and it's fun. It's the little things, The story opens with introducing all of the characters. The little blue truck sees lots of animals along the way, and they all have their signature line. The sheep says ba, and the cow says moo, and those are fun as well, because you can do the animal noises. Oink, said a piggy. You get the idea. Cluck, said a hen. Ma, said a goat, and so on. It goes on a little bit long, just when it's starting to feel a little bit lengthy. Then the conflict of the story arrives in the big dump truck that is very unfriendly. I sort of enjoy, he shoves aside a duck, which wouldn't actually end well for the duck in life, but in the book, the duck is fine. It's all okay. But then, crisis, the truck gets stuck in the mud, and everyone is actually kind of mean, refusing to help the truck, until Little Blue Truck comes along and helps. And he can't do it alone, so everyone else has to run and help too. And there's a nice message about friends and helping each other. So it's a cute little book. I enjoy the animal sounds and the beeps, and it's got a reasonable plot and message to it as well. So when we found out it was a series, of course, we tried all the others, or most of the others. We haven't quite tracked down like 2 or 3 of them, but we've been through, I think, 6 of them now. So there's a whole series of like seasonal ones. Little Blue Truck Springtime. This is a lift the flap one. You can see things open up. I think that's going to be fun when my baby gets a little bit bigger, because, the whole, peekaboo, things to see, and, it's a little more interactive. So I'm hopeful for that when he gets a little bit bigger. This is probably one of the simpler plotted books in the series. Basically, Little Blue Truck goes along and sees all of the baby animals in the spring, which is cute. Not too complex, a little bit basic, but cute. I do make an editorial change to this one when I read it, because the baby's not going to know the difference for quite a few years. Although someday he might, look at this as an adult and be like, wait, that's not how mommy read it. Basically, Little Blue Truck keeps saying yoo-hoo goat, yoo-hoo cow, and so on. And I'm like, yoo-hoo is just, that's not as much fun as beep beep, which obviously is the Little Blue Truck's refrain. So I'm not sure what the authorial decision was to change that. So we don't yoo-hoo, we beep beep, and then I can beep beep his nose, and it's just more fun all around. But I think this one is cute with all of the little baby animals, even if the plot is a bit simple. Little Blue Truck's Halloween is actually quite similar. So Little Blue Truck and his good friend Toad become a thing after the first book. They keep traveling along together. And so they're going to a Halloween party. And there's some beep, beep, beep right at the beginning. Unfortunately, there's not much beeping after that. So that I feel like is the one flaw of this particular edition of the series. There's hardly any beeping, which is disappointing. It's also sort of a simple lift the flap concept. All of the animals are in costume, and then you lift and you find out who they are. Also, I noticed the duck like changes gender, so I think there must be multiple ducks in the series. I don't know. Anyway, or maybe he's just, he or she is just exploring things. That's not part of the story. It's just, there's a duck in different editions, different installments. So anyway, we go along down the road to the Halloween party, and I do quite enjoy at the very end, Little Blue Truck is a ghost. Beep, beep, boo. But there's not quite enough beeping. Otherwise, it's a very cute lift the flap one as well. Now, Little Blue Truck's Valentine is pretty cute also. I think that's a little cut above the other two because it has more of a storyline and more of a message. Little Blue Truck is going around and bringing Valentines to all of his friends. There's some little shiny bits and stuff in here too. But he's a little bit sad because nobody appears to have a Valentine for him. And he's trying to be happy anyway, but he's disappointed. And then at the end, it turns out they're all there to celebrate Little Blue Truck, and they bring him a big blue Valentine. So it has a happy ending. A little bit of tension there compared to the other two books, and a happy ending and a nice message. So I enjoyed all three of those. There is one I have not enjoyed. Much as I love this series, I don't have a copy of it. I didn't buy it. I got it from the library. It was actually Baby's first library book. It's too bad we didn't like it. Little Blue Truck Leads the Way. So that's a real departure from the series, and I honestly think it's the weak link because Little Blue Truck goes to the city and there's hardly any beeping. So as you know, that's a little disappointing. And there's no animals either. It's all like other cars and vehicles making noises, but there's not even very much of that. And they're not as much fun as, you know, ba and moo and that kind of thing. You know, room is just not quite the same, really. Also, it means that the recurring characters of the other books are really not in that one at all, which is kind of disappointing. And then I had problems with the plot as well, besides, you know, the lack of compelling characters and interesting sounds. Basically, Little Blue Truck gets stuck in a traffic jam, and then he like speaks up and says, "Hey guys, why don't we all just go one at a time?" And everyone's like, "Wow, Little Blue Truck, we didn't think of that. What a great message." And they all like follow Little Blue Truck one at a time and end up kind of having like a big parade and cheer and are all happy. And I'm like, I guess that's a nice message, but I just don't quite buy that. He didn't say anything that profound. Maybe it sounds more profound if you're, you know, a 2-year-old, but it just didn't. I was not really buying the results of this story. Also, there's humans in that one. Like, there's a limousine that has the mayor, and the mayor is a human who gets out of the limousine. And there are no people in the other books. It's just the truck and the animals. And having a human in a story about sentient vehicles, things just start getting weird. You know, I just have strange feelings about that. And I feel like that sort of breaks the concept of the universe that the series is creating, you know. So I really can't go for that part of that book either. So, it's the weak link in the series, unfortunately. But I saved the almost best for last. There is one more book we've read. Good Night, Little Blue Truck. This might be my favorite. This one or the very first one, Little Blue Truck. I'm not sure. This one is in some ways even more fun, though. So basically, Toad and Little Blue Truck are heading home, and there's a big storm coming up. And the other animals are a little bit scared of the thunder and the lightning. So they all, one by one, come and ask if they can stay with Little Blue Truck and Toad because they feel better. So you get the fun animal sounds. It's a little similar where it introduces each of the characters coming into the story, but they have more to say this time. They really just make the animal sounds in the first one. This time they have actual dialogue. So I try and do it in their animal sound voice, you know. "Ma," said Goat. please, little blue, can I come in here with Toad and you? That kind of thing. So it's quite fun. There's a little more play to do there. So they all come and hide. And we get a goose in this one. I don't think the goose was in any of the previous ones. There was just the duck before. So they all come during the storm, and they all like feel better because little blue Chug tells them, hey, it's just clouds bumping around. You don't have to be scared. It's all okay. And they're like, you're right, we're okay. Duck said loud as he could quack it, thunder's just a noisy racket. So they overcome their fears, and the storm passes, and there's actually quite a nice little bit here. Let's see, where is it? Is it the next page? There he goes. The rain had stopped, and way up high, the moon was a smile in a starry sky. That's actually quite poetic. So little blue truck drives all the animals home, and then it's a little bit good night moon, good night pig, good night duck, and so on, until finally little blue does one last sleepy beep and goes to sleep. So it's a really cute one. I like the message of it. It has a little more plot and development than the Lift the Flap ones. Not quite enough beeping. I still think there should be more beeping, but otherwise this is a really sweet one in the sweet installment in the series. So we still haven't read, I think, Little Blue Truck Christmas and Time for School Little Blue Truck. So maybe I'll come back if I end up having strong opinions on those two. But on the whole, Little Blue Truck, it's a really fun series, at least in our house. I recommend beeping and doing some fun animal sounds. Oh, and the whole thing rhymes, as you may have gathered, which always makes it more fun too. So thanks for watching. Find more about me and the books I write, incidentally. I don't write picture books, but I write other things on marvelous tales.com, and have a great beep beep day.